Good evening. What is up? Welcome back to Saturday night. Welcome back to ROM Hack Races. I hope you're doing really, really well. and ready for some fun here on the only channel where you can see a fresh, never before seen Super Mario World Kaizo level raced live by some of the best players on Earth every single Saturday night. We've got a really cool one for you here for week 342, making their debut as a ROM hack race level maker. They've raced before, and now they're here to challenge the racers. It is Double Doom with a level I'm a Chuckster. No, that's the name of the level. I'm a Chuckster. I'm Glitch Cat. I will be bringing you the play-by-play tonight, and I hope you're ready for some fun. The racers have no idea what they're in for, but they do know the difficulty rankings given to the level by the testers throughout the week. This week is it's a tricky one. We'll see how they do. Execution tonight, 6 out of 10. Complexity tonight, a 6 out of 10. And the racers also know that there are 2 sections. Those testers giving up their time throughout the week and their expertise in Kaizo: Eden, Java Brew, Mason, and Mithrillionaire. We really appreciate that. We've got the ever wonderful BD on the restream tonight, bringing you the stream, pressing the buttons, making everything look great. We've got Echo, Kelgand, and Citrus, who are helping scout all of the racers. They're watching everybody and letting us know who takes the lead, who we should rotate in on the screen. We've got 11 brave individuals signed up tonight. We've got B2, DE81, Bunker Games 82, Ender of Games, Germdove, Ike SMB, Manperson04, Nessa Neko-chan, and X Gamer 2009. On your screen right now, upper left hand corner, B2, Germdove in the upper right, Ender of Games down there in the lower left, and X Gamer wrapping it up in the lower right. If you would like to learn a little bit more about us and what we're doing, you can head on over to romhackraces.com, download this patch or any of the patches that we've raced, play them for yourselves. They're a lot of fun. Jump on the Discord server, hang out with the community, talk shop, get that ROM hack race base ROM from Amper and Underway, who helped make the ROM hack races base ROM. It's a lot of fun. I am Glitch. I said that I will be bringing you the play-by-play. If you have questions or want to learn a little bit more about Kaizo or us or whatever's on your mind, please feel free to shout it out in chat. We'll get that answered for you. And yeah, Grimace, I saw Grimace up there. Yeah, he's up there in the upper left, just kind of floating. But we are just about ready to get started, so please put some emotes in chat. If you're here to support your friends and favorite racers, put their emotes up in chat. If you don't have their emotes, consider going and getting some. Follow the racers and get ready for a really fun time. It's week 342, Double Doom. I'm interested to see how this one goes. You know, it's a challenge of consistency and one-shots with a little bit of insight. Whether or not the racers can be consistent or one-shot a new section, whether they'll have the insight to make it happen. It's time for video games. Let's do it. I'm a Chuckster. Well, we're gonna find out what that means. We're gonna find out. Let's all find out together. It's Chuck, and he's here. And what are we gonna do? B2 in the upper left, Germdove in the upper right, Ike in the lower left, Bunker Games down there in the lower right. And well then. Oh, Ike figuring this out pretty quickly. So this room's got you kind of learning a little bit about how this is gonna work. Oh geez, Ike SMB with the very quick insight, being able to make it into the first room early. They've got a little bit of a lead in knowledge. We are gonna grab the Chuck. Oh man, normally in vanilla Mario World, these digging Chucks are flipping rocks out of the ground and sort of bouncing them along the ground. In this case, Chuck has some brand new powers, and Chuck can throw the rocks forward in the air as though they were not affected by gravity. And furthermore, we can pick up and move the Chuck as we need to throughout the levels. So we're gonna have to arrange this dude in such a way that he will be throwing rocks where and when we need them. All right, got all that? All right, cool. We're into the level. Looks like the racers have figured all that as well. And now that we've learned what's going on, now we're going to have to use what's going on. B2 in the upper right-hand corner, making a little bit of a break for it. We've got to do a really classic move to start out with, that gray falling platform drop. I really love that trick. It's a very, like, Super Mario trick. Falling platforms in all of the Mario games, all the way back to SMB 1, except for SMB 2. And being able to just jump on that platform, it falls, and then you catch it on the way down and jump again. Classic. Chef's kiss. Just a wonderful little setup. They're going to be looking at the indicator coins. You can only spin jump on the rocks. So a regular jump will kill you, and we must be spinning. So being able to spin jump on the rocks that Chuck is throwing in order to get up and over that first gap and get over to the Chuck on the opposing wall. We got a green coin there to kind of indicate to the players what they want to do. In the first room, there was also a green coin, kind of showing them, hey, the Chuck goes here. So you see Ike in the lower left kind of getting the hang of this. They want there to be a rock on the other side of that gap. So the Chuck on the floor there is going to have to throw the rock. B2 definitely figured this out. And this is where we're going to have to develop a little bit of consistency. B2 in the upper left on a sight read right now, trying to learn as much as they can about what is going on here. Oh, okay. So B2, a little bit of progress. We'll see how that shakes out for them. And yeah, we're gonna move this Chuck around. I like how he like shakes his head like he's confused when you move him. Really nice touch. Big splash here from Double Doom. First time they have made a level for ROM hack races, and I think this is the first I've seen of like anything they've made. So really cool, really like interesting and impressive gimmick right off the bat. Something I don't think I've ever seen in Kaizo before is movable Chucks. Pretty awesome. Germ Dove in the upper right, making a little bit of progress. We're gonna get up that wall, and then we've got a regular old baseball Chuck. I mean, maybe, I don't know, is it a regular baseball Chuck? I guess we'll see. But gotta get that baseball Chuck. Watching out for the baseballs, obviously they'll kill you. And one thing to note about Chucks, which is making this move a little difficult if you're watching Germ Dove, or here goes B2 in the upper left again. Chucks have a wedge-shaped hitbox. Their helmet, I think it's because they've got a round helmet, and the you know, Nintendo, the game is trying to simulate that, bouncing off of a round object. So which side of the Chuck you actually bounce on is actually kind of critical. When you bounce on a normal, like a Goomba or a Koopa or something, you will just get bopped up in the air no matter where you touch them. You always get the same kind of lift. Wedge-shaped Chuck hitboxes, disco hitboxes work a little differently. You sort of get kicked off to the side of whatever side you've hit. And there's B2 actually showing that property pretty well. If you bounce off the left side of the Chuck, you will get a little bit of a kickback to the left. And if you bounce off the right, you'll get bonked a little bit to the right. The racers know this. They have some experience with Kaizo, and they know this, but navigating that is going to be a little bit tricky. Oh, geez. Now here's Ike in the lower left. They've got the Chuck. They need that. Apparently they need that Chuck. Oh, nice. They hit the switch. Ike on a sight read right now in the lower left. First time they've been here. These on-off coins can be operated by sprites hitting them. And so Ike trying to get this Chuck going. Ooh, nice try. They saw that. They saw the jump they wanted to make there. And B2 clearly also using the green coins as an indicator. Green coins are definitely telegraphing, hey, do something with the Chuck at this point. So yeah, going for that required Chuck jump. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, we like movable Chucks. Let's go. Let's go. But if you see the players kind of bounce on a Chuck and then they kind of just like don't make the jump, and you're thinking like, why? They bounced on it. Shouldn't they be able to land where they want to go? Pay attention to the side of the Chuck that they're on. Whether they hit the left or the right side is going to kind of give them a little kick in that direction. And that's really, really crucial for dealing with bouncing on Chucks, getting the right trajectory off of a Chuck to make the next landing. You can see it really kind of clearly on the cement block. The racers, if they do not land on the right side of the Chuck, they're going to want to kind of compensate for that a little bit. Furthermore, Chucks have a little bit of a stun timer. So once you bounce on a Chucks have 3 hits. You bounce on a Chuck 3 times, it dies. But once you bounce on a Chuck, while they're kind of falling down and recovering, you notice the Chuck kind of falls and shakes his head and then gets up again. During that animation, you are not actually damaging the Chuck. And when you're doing that, you can just kind of bounce off of them. You still have to deal with that weird hitbox, but you're not actually racking up a second or third hit on the Chuck. And the players are actually going to use that window of time a little bit. Here goes Ike in the lower left. You got Bunker Games down here in the lower right, making some good moves. All right. Now remember, we got 6 out of 10 for both execution and complexity. So this is going to be, we're going to see, you know, is a one shot going to be able to get them a little bit of knowledge? do they have the right insight to be able to just say, oh, okay, I know how to do this obstacle? Because without knowing how to do it, you're not going to do it. But we're going to see with these tougher difficulty rankings, I think consistency might factor in a little bit more than one-shots, but that makes one-shots all the more valuable. If you manage to one-shot an obstacle, even if you don't get a checkpoint, you're still going to get knowledge. And that is very handy. Oh, gotta give shout-outs to the wall face. You notice that after the baseball chuck, check the floor down below. Good wall face. I like that one. He's got a little buck teeth going on there. A little cement for eyes, little buck teeth happening. Good wall face. We like to see those. Germ Dove, upper left-hand corner. Yep, they know they want to use that chuck. That's going to turn the on-off blocks on and off for them. Here goes B2 in the upper left. We're looking for more racers to get past this chuck jump right now. Oh, B2. Chuck kind of got away from you there. Only Ike has been past this chuck jump and has seen what is on the other side of that landing, which is insight. And they now can formulate a strategy for how to get past that on the next attempt. I do like this music. What is this? Is this Mario Odyssey? I know I've heard this song, but I can't place it. Ike, here we go again. Ike for the chuck jump. Oh, okay, they want to get in. Yep, they want to grab that chuck. Normally, chucks would damage you. Ike on a sight read right now in the lower left. Nice try. Nice try. So normally running into a chuck like that will damage you. In this level, running into a chuck just allows you to pick him up. Which Mario's been putting in some lifts, man. How much does a chuck even weigh? From 3D World. Gotcha. Yeah, I knew it sounded familiar. Germ Dove, though, hold your bets. Watch out. Careful what you're betting on. Germ Dove in the lower left. And here's B2 on an entirely new section. B2 for the checkpoint. Getting under that football. Let's go. Careful who you bet on. It is anybody's race here. Here's Ike in the lower left. Oh, man. And B2 is on the checkpoint, but Ike down at that same section. Oh, man. Yeah, insight. One-shots. Any no lead is safe, and any one shot might really turn the tide. Now we got B2 on the second section already. Yep, that very, very strong one shot to get in that door really is making the difference for them right now. Because now they get a little bit of time to just work with this section ahead of everybody else. And not that the racers necessarily can see everybody else and know where everybody is, but we can from our perspective. And we see that B2 has some time to work with this, where every other racer is going to have to learn these same lessons that B2 has a little bit of a head start on. So, so what's it going to be? You are watching some of the best players race against some of the other best players. And I want to be super clear that, like, everybody on screen's got a solid shot at this. And we got some real talent going on here. Yeah, careful. I don't know. Careful what loans you're taking out. Careful what you're betting on. Never know. Oh, man. Rideable chucks? Oh, this is opening up a whole door of possibilities here. Oh, man. Rideable chuck. I love it, actually. I love it. I love it. B2 now working on this second section. We've got to get the chuck dropped down and then grab that boy up, because we're going to have to bring him along. Here's Germ Dove in the upper left working on their checkpoint. And Ike trying to get back to that same part. They know what they want. They've just got to get that consistency now. Here it is for Ike. Ike coming up on a shot at it. Oh. Man, we need to get another checkpoint right now, because B2 is learning this section very quickly. And that's going to turn the tide. We'll see, though. Now, B2 is going to have to be consistent, and other racers that catch up might need to get a one-shot. But B2, yep, sorting this out. Getting the chuck dropped, grabbing it, and then using the chuck to hit the on-off blocks on the wall coming up. they can just chuck them around, you know, a bit of a Chuckster, as it were. Here's Ike, though. Yeah, working on that consistency. Ike with another shot at the checkpoint. Gonna drop that chuck in. Gonna take advantage of that little stun timer. And, yeah, here we go. Ike with a chance at it. They're looking. They see the coin block in the wall. Ike now 1 football away from the checkpoint. Nice. Nice. Getting in there. Okay, now that's gonna put a little pressure on B2. Even though B2 does have a slight lead in knowledge. Here's Ike's chance to get some one-shots and get to that same point in knowledge. But B2 in the upper left, rocking, get it through this section. A sight read on that obstacle. B2, I know they know about that rock. I can tell. I can just tell they know. Yep. There is there's some sprite blockers. The rock is a sprite. It will be able to move through the yellow sprite blockers. And because of that, you can just tell you need that rock later. If you didn't need the rock, it wouldn't be doing that. And I guarantee you, every player that sees that is going to know that same thing. The rock is moving, you got to follow the rock. But Ike here really catching up. We got Bunker, Games, and Germdove on the right-hand side of your screen, working on this first section still. But the story right now is B2 and Ike kind of neck and neck right now on the second section. Ike, yo, quick work of this. Ike, blasting through here. They have the same knowledge as B2 does now. Yep, they know to pick that chuck up, but what do you do with him? Oh, what do you do with him? Here's B2 back on this part. Now, a little bit cryptic. We're getting to this baseball chuck in the second half, and this is a little bit tricky. What do you do here? This is where insight. We need insight. And with the B2 and Ike neck and neck right now in terms of physical progress, now it is insight that is going to really help them out. Can they figure out what they want to do here? Ike pausing to take a look at it, while B2 just kind of gunning for it. Yeah. Oh, I think I know. What do you think? What do you do here? I think I get it. Mario has 2 different types of jumps. And you can, of course, regular jump on a chuck. You can also spin jump on a chuck. But Ike now, yeah, they thought about it. I think they saw something. They want to get that on-off switch open so that they can get through. And then there is a rock blocking the path there. Now, Ike would know of a couple of ways to get rid of that rock, one of which being an object. They could throw an object into it. The other way might be a little bit different. Oh, yo, B2 trying it, though. Jeez, okay. All right, now, B2 taking a look at this because we cannot get up there. They want to get up to the top of that area. But how are we going to do that? Okay, Ike and B2 trying things right now. This is neck and neck. Oh, Bunker, nice try. Almost getting to that end. We got Bunker and Germdove adjacent over here on the right side of your screen. I know my left from right. Working on this first section still at a 6 out of 10 complexity. Watch out. Something to note is that Baseball Chuck will jump when Mario jumps. So just like a clapping chuck, you can manipulate it up and down, and that's why the racers are jumping when they get to that part, because they want to manipulate Baseball Chuck to get up and out of the way a little bit, and throw a baseball out of their way so they don't just run right into it. But Ike, man, getting super consistent. B2 right behind. They are just matching each other. Play for play right now. This is a little tricky. Germdove in the upper right with a shot at the first checkpoint. Germdove, nice try. Bonking right off that chuck. You do not want to jump on him in that moment. There's a muncher ceiling. Watch out for those guys. They'll chomp your face. You don't want that. So B2 getting through that rock wall. They certainly have gotten through, and here's Ike also kind of landing that jump a little bit. But you can't go through those yellow blocks. Take a look at Ike's screen. Those yellow blocks will allow sprites to pass through, but not Mario. And so we've got to figure out how to get all the way up on the top of that hill there. Looks like, and I'm assuming the racers have surmised this as well, looks like you need 2 bounces. The rock is going to be down below, but we need something on the opposite side to get the second bounce to get enough height to actually get up there. So what's it going to be? Here's Germdove looking at the checkpoint. Germdove in the upper right, watching out for that football. Careful, Germdove. Nicely done. Germdove in the door. 3 out of 4 right now on the second checkpoint. And Germdove with a chance to catch up. Are high bounces on a football pure RNG? I think so. Maybe some Kuso experts could help and chime in a little bit with more info. I think they are. I don't know that for sure though. Football bounces are very mysterious. They might be on some kind of strange pattern. I think they're RNG. Yeah. I believe they are. I treat them like they're RNG. Let me put it that way. It's safe to treat them like they're RNG. Footballs are dangerous, man. Actually, no, I think Ninjas are on a pattern. If I'm not mistaken, Ninjas are on a pattern. 2 low jumps, a medium jump, and a high jump. But Germdove making some good progress here. 3rd to the checkpoint, but they are catching up pretty quick. And this could be a huge chance for Germdove. If they get to that same point that B2 and Ike are at, and they have a little bit of insight, they might be able to figure this out a little bit more quickly and get the lead going on. Yeah, B2 trying something. Why are there Mario solid blocks? I think that's the question these racers are probably asking themselves here. Why is it not just a wall, and there are yellow blocks that will allow a sprite through, but not Mario? Seems to be, maybe. Aha! Looks like Ike's got the plan. There it is. There it is. Ike, the light bulb coming on here, and that's a good bit of insight. That's going to really help Ike out. I mean, it might hype Ike up, too, but going to help them out if they can get consistent enough to get back to that point. With enough chance to capitalize on that, because they have figured out what they want out of that obstacle. That is to say Ike, is going to use a butt slide. Mario is pretty much invincible in butt slide mode, and Ike up and over that wall first thing. Oh, let's go. This is big for Ike. This is really, really big. They figured out that obstacle. They have a consistent way to do it, and that's okay. They've got the insight. Now they know. So it's consistency now that Ike needs. You don't want to jump on the beans. I mean, you do. We like jumping on beans. But if you're spin jumping, beans will break your spin. And if you touch a bean, you're not spinning anymore. And if you're not spinning, you can't ride on the rock. You'll just die. So the beans in this case are being used creatively as an obstacle. Something to make that fall a little bit more challenging. But there it is. Yeah, Mario can destroy things when he is sliding. Mario butt state is incredibly powerful, and that's how we're getting rid of that rock. Throwing the Chuck through, and, oh, geez, Ike, man. Ike is cooking. Watch out. It's true, Mario butt state can destroy just about anything. And by sliding down that slope and then neutraling on the D-pad, which is to say not pressing left or right, you will be able to maintain that butt state as you're sliding along the ground just long enough to be able to kill that rock. We got X Gamer coming in here in the lower right. But Ike, ooh, geez. They feel like they want to grab that clapping chuck. We'll see. They probably do. I mean, they've got to throw something up to that on-off coin. Did they get it? Okay, I was watching Ike. X Gamer with a chance at the checkpoint. Oh, nice. Yo, grabbing the chuck. X Gamer. X Gamer in the lower right, though, looking for that H. Yeah, those football bounces looking pretty random. Using their pause strats. Patented X Gamer pause strats. This would be big for X Gamer if they can get it. They got it. Let's go. X Gamer on that H, put him up in chat. And B2, yeah, B2 has figured out the butt state, and now they are just about caught up with Ike in terms of knowledge. Oh yeah, B2 knows what they want here. They want to grab that clapping chuck. Yeah, they're thinking with the gimmick now. So what's it gonna be, Ike or B2? Still, we could see some moves from Germdove and X Gamer, but they've got a little bit to learn. B2, though, looking real clean. This consistency, though, from B2 right now. Oh, tricky chunk jump. And that's, again, that example of what I'm talking about with the wedge-shaped hitbox on the top of the chuck. That jump from the clapping chuck through that opening of Munchers is way more challenging than it looks because they need to hit it at just the right angle and kind of maintain their speed. Which is not easy in a small space like that. This is truly a battle of consistency right now. Ike and B2 all the way with just these really consistent moves, and they have the same amount of knowledge. Whoever's going to be able to get consistent enough to get tries at the part they don't already know is going to be able to take this here. But don't count out Germdove or X Gamer, or really anybody else. We got other racers that aren't on screen. The scouts just inform us that these are the ones who have made the most progress so far. But X Gamer learning quickly here. Yeah. So this is time for Germdove or X Gamer to really get that insight and get consistent super fast. They could still clutch this out. But they need that. They need to know what to do, and they need to get really good at it really quick to be able to catch up to where Ike and B2 have been, by virtue of having a little bit of extra time on the section. Ike with a shot at it. Ike in the lower left for a chance at the chuck jump. They got it. Now what? Ike on a read right now. This is totally a sight read. Oof, oof, oof. I think they saw that, yeah. I think they saw what they wanted there, and instead of grabbing the chuck, a little bit of a missed jump, they bounce off his head and close the door in their face. You hate to see it. Y'all doing okay tonight? Having a nice Saturday night. Thanks for spending a little bit of it here with us on ROM Hack Races. If you have any questions or want to learn more, shout them out. I mean, you should probably type them in chat. If you shout, I can't hear you. Ike back again. But no dice. Rude beans. Rude beans going on here. We got some very rude beans today. Well, I can hear you in particular, but just you. If you have any questions, just shout them into the void. Someone will find you. Man, really, man, B2 and Ike just play for play right now. I love this tension. Tense race. Where do you find the void? In your heart. In the heart of all humankind. That's a good way to look at it. Gotta believe in something. Oof. Ike, they know what they want. But can you get back there enough? This is, you know, the deeper the run gets into the level, the more consistency really matters because the more obstacles you have to do. Oh, nice try on a save though, B2. Right, now consistency is really going to be important because they need deeper and deeper runs every time. But the racers do know there are two sections. Here goes Ike in the lower left. Yes, they are letting go of the chuck on the way to as they're sliding down. You can't actually slide while you're holding an object. So what they do is they let go of the chuck, start sliding, jump, and grab the chuck in midair. It's a little bit of a trick, but it's a trick that I think they will be familiar with. Notably, Catch the Falling Man from Storks. You see that kind of frequently. If you're just holding an object on a slope and you crouch, you won't slide. You must not be holding something, so that's how they get around that. Germ Dove, Okay, Germ Dove with an opportunity to learn here. Yeah, they got through the slide part, but they didn't do it correctly. And this is a chance for the light bulb to come on for Germ Dove. Oh my gosh, B2 and Ike just absolutely matching each other right now. B2, though, still staying alive. Nah. Yeah, if I on a slide and catch the falling man, I may carry him in the slide. You may learn it. Is that the first instance of you may learn it? Is that the first time that's been said? Ike. Looking pretty sharp here. Ah, never mind. Muncher's looking sharper. Yeah, it might be best not to say anything. Here goes B2. Yep, they want to hit that right side of the clapping chuck. So kind of getting up and over the clapping chuck and making sure to hit the right side of its helmet. Yeah, that's true. Those chuck hitboxes are even more of a pain when you have to throw the chuck moments before you try to get your friendly bounce. True. And you know, props to these racers too, because as far as I know, this gimmick has never been done before. I have never seen this, San. Props to the racers for being able to just learn something new. I mean, you're not only watching players get this level super fast and do the movements required, but you're watching them adapt to something they've likely never done before in Mario World. And that's the absolute beauty of ROM hack races, is you get to see this learning. You get to see players who are so good at the physics engine that when they're presented with something brand new, they just say, okay, sure, guess we're doing this now. We are here at the Triangle Factory, and suddenly we're having chucks, and they're just like, I guess we're doing chucks now. Yeah, I want to give props to Double Doom for this one, man. Making their debut as a ROM hack race level maker in style. Gotta chuck the chuck. Well, that's just how it goes. Oh, yo, yeah, hey, click the heart. Click the heart, drop a follow. Go say hey to Double Doom on stream. Here goes Ike in the death. It is. Yeah, it's an innovative take on using obstacles. Sometimes in hacking, we're taking things from the original game and just using them in a challenging way. It's a tough jump. It's a death block. You know, these kind of just like, well, it could be the original game, but it's just been rearranged a little bit. Here, we are actually taking something from the original game and turning it on its head completely, giving it new properties and new techniques that were never available before. It speaks to a lot of creativity in our community. B2. Upper left-hand corner, B2. Getting back here, man. Ah. It's definitely a little challenging to have to carry this chuck. Chucks are big, right? Normally you're carrying a shell or an object which is one tile big, and the racers are much more used to that. Here we are carrying something kind of large, so like you said, throwing the chuck and being able to get the bounce, the timing for that is part of the adaptability that you're seeing here. Ike. Ike on a run, let's go. Cool, yo, we're gonna do something here. Yo, we're gonna do something kind of fun here. We're gonna zoom in, BD on the restream tonight, making it look awesome. We are gonna zoom in on Ike and B2, current leaderboard, currently in the lead. No runners on the leaderboard yet, but we are zooming in for B2 and Ike, so we can get a little close-up action, see what's going on. Yeah, B2 and Ike just play for play right now. They have really just been matching each other, like, note for note. It is really cool to see. I really like this battle. This is just neat. I mean, we say, you know, we got a first place, we got a leaderboard. We're cheering everybody on. We're here to support the racers doing their best. Everyone's coming out and trying the hard level, and that's very admirable. You know, we're having some fun pretending there is, you know, a race. Competition, you know, but right now we got some competition. Man, what's it gonna be? You know, man, this is really, like I said, to reiterate, that this is where consistency matters so much, right? The deeper we get into this level, the more consistency and one-shots really start to show out, because they know what they need to do. They just have to get way deep into the level to get there, and that means consistency. And that also makes a one-shot at some new obstacle, because you know there's going to be something at the end, right? There's a certain part that neither racers have gotten past. If they do that, Can they actually clutch the win from that? Will they one-shot it on their first time past it? That could be huge. Bunker! Nicely done. Yo, Bunker games off screen right now, but with the H. Moving on to section number 2. You love to see it. 2 sections in this level. 6 out of 10 execution. 6 out of 10 complexity. Yeah, just so you know, we're doing a zoom in on the 2 leaders right now, but there are plenty more people racing, people doing their best. We will be able to see all the clears. Right now, we're just checking out the 2 that are in the lead currently. Man, that clapping chuck jump through the munchers. That's kind of the choke point. Some other stuff are some other stuff you could slip up a little bit. Okay, you missed it a little bit. But that clapping chuck jump, that's what they need right now. They need to be able to nail that clapping chuck jump through the munchers. You want to farm attempts at the part you don't know. Scout's doing an excellent job, by the way. Echo, Kelgand, and Citrus Gremlin watching all the rest of the racers, letting us know who's taking the lead. Oh my goodness. Ike. Oh my goodness. Wow. Is that the strat? Oh boy, is that the strat? Boy, what creative thinking from Ike, because normally that's not even... That's more of a Mario Maker kind of move. I would know. I know a thing or two about that move in Mario Maker. Yeah, normally... Oh, geez. Is that the strat? So Ike now kind of reinvigorated a little bit. They have an idea about how to get past that next part. Yeah, you can see them kind of playing with a little more fury right now, trying to get back there. They're moving. They need this clapping chuck jump though. That's what they want right now. Nailed it. Let's go. Ike with an idea here. Oof. Oof. One little slip, man. One little slip. Well, Kelgand, we still really appreciate all you do, so I'm gonna shout you out anyway. If that's okay with you. Do the Chucks keep their wedge hitbox when they're airborne as the result of a throw? Yes. I would imagine. It seems like they do. I mean, this is the first time we've been throwing Chucks around. Here goes Ike again. Oh my word. Oh. But yeah, I would very much assume that they do. First time we've ever been throwing Chucks around, so yeah. Yeah, they are just Chucks, and they have that wedge-shaped hitbox. So getting an airborne Chuck jump is also going to be dependent on which side of the Chuck the racers are landing on, and they still need to be conscientious about that. Really subtle kind of difficulty. You could, yes, you could spike yourself in the wrong direction. You absolutely could. Yeah, every single time they bounce on a Chuck, they're subject to that spiking in a bad direction. That's just how Chucks are. I honestly think Nintendo was trying to basically simulate, like, the Chucks have a circular helmet on, and so it's more difficult to jump on them because of their helmet. Ike here, trying to make it. They've really got the strats down for the baseball Chuck. That was giving both racers a little bit of trouble when they first started, but now they've really got consistent movements that just get that baseball Chuck out of the way, and they're moving on. Another try at the clapping Chuck jump. Here, Ike, nicely done. They've got the strat for it. You can see that consistency happening. Ike, oh my word. Ike, look out, my friend. Look out. Yeah, you can see it, though. Ike has kind of crystallized some consistency here. B2, trying. They're throwing the Chuck up, the clapping Chuck. They're throwing it up and trying to kind of catch it and reposition it. Where Ike is throwing it up and it sort of arcs forward. They're prepared for that, and they make the landing on the right-hand side. So this might be a little bit of an advantage for Ike right now. As they've got that, they seem to have that clapping Chuck jump nailed down just enough. It's crystallized for them. Yeah, here it goes. They arc it, and then they get right on the right side. Yeah, you can see it. Ike knows they've got that now. So that is a little bit of an advantage right now. Ike kind of in the lead at this point, even though they've sort of been to the same part. Yeah, they're getting that every time now. There, you see that consistency just poof, crystallize. I like those moments. Those moments feel good to play and they feel good to watch. They're not gonna mess that up anymore. And this is really talking about the strength of some of these players. That is a huge strength to just be okay. You practice with the trick, you've got your approach for it, you have the technique, and you're just gonna get that every single time now. Sure, you might mess up a little bit. You know what I mean? But you're gonna get that. You know it now. Yeah, clapping chuck gates. I mean, that goes back. The clapping chuck gate goes back all the way to Kaizo 1 from T Takamoto. Clapping chucks will jump when Mario is in the air above them, and you want to be able to get under that chuck and grab it and move on. So yeah, they're still kind of jumping up because they want that chuck up. B2. Oh, B2. They got the strat also. Oh, man. Why the zoom in on the 2 leaders? Just to show off the gameplay. Just to focus on what's in the lead. So you can see what's going on a little bit. So B2 has picked up that same strat. Yeah, arcing the clapping chuck forward and then one more landing on the rock. But here goes Ike again. Yeah, B2. Gotta trust that strat. B2 still kind of bouncing around between their strats for that clapping chuck jump. Yeah, we've got eyes on all the racers, so if someone starts making some moves and gets to this point, we will throw them up like a chuck. It is super impressive. This is a level they started playing. Oh my gosh, Ike. Oh, that was huge. Yeah, and Ike has seen what works. Ike in the right-hand side, kind of pulling away just a little bit. B2 needs to get this clapping chuck jump working out, and it looks like they're getting on the strat. Ah, oh no, B2. Oh, they're going back to the clapping chuck instead of moving over onto the rock. Now, this is what I said. One-shots might be absolutely clutch here. If Ike can get to the new part, right, once they land on that rock on the other side of the wall, something is going to happen. If they can clutch that on their first try, huge. But B2 just an inch away from catching up. It can be difficult to rearrange your muscle memory, and it can be difficult to sort of check yourself on what works and what doesn't. B2. Okay. Now B2 has seen it. They have been to the part. They have seen that wall. They know, presumably, maybe what they want to try. And now it's going to come down to some insight for B2. Do they have the insight to catch up to where Ike is quicker and get on that same level? Do they have the consistency to get back there repeatedly to try things? Is that consistency going to win over Ike? Yep, they've got that chuck jump now. They've got that clapping chuck jump. You love to see it. Yeah, B2 kind of thinking about this. Yeah, they're holding on the pause screen. They're looking at it. Yep, they're trying to kind of think about it. They see the yellow blocks on the floor, so presumably something's going to move through there. And they see that they can't get over that wall by just bouncing on the rock. Oh, this is honestly such a tight race. This is such a great example of this is consistency, one-shots, insight, all the dynamics of a really solid ROM hacker race coming together right here for you. B2 making these moves. Yeah, they know that clapping chuck jump now. They've got it. They're still thinking about it though. Yeah, they're still thinking about what they want. Meanwhile, Ike, ooh. Well, let's see here. I mean, B2 has gotten first 6 times, 13 second places, 21 thirds for B2, and Ike, wow, Ike also with 6 first places, 15 seconds, and 14 thirds. So, really, actually very close records for both of these. B2 has more third place finishes, but they both have exactly the same number of firsts, so this is also a tiebreaker for B2 and Ike right now. Sort of a, I don't want to say grudge match. I know both these players respect each other, but, you know, we can pretend. Yeah, so a first place here for either of these would break the tie. Both of them with 6. Man, dude, I am loving this race tonight. This is excellent stuff. Ike, man. I wonder if, you know, like, Ike looks like they're trying to get that chuck to land on the single muncher that worked for them before. Is that what you do? Maybe. We also saw Ike try the spin drop after re-catching the chuck. Could that work a little better? Are they going to question what worked? Because that can be a real trick here. Something worked for you, so you don't question that anymore. Even if there might be an easier way to do it, you're no longer wondering about that. You're just trying to get that same thing to happen again. B2 looking sharp here, though. B2, oh my word. Yeah. Now notice the difference. Ike, oh buddy. I see a slope. I see solid ground and a slope. I know that's what Ike's looking at right now. Oh man, they're even paused up on looking at this. Oh man. So notice the difference. There are on-off coins, and then there are on-off blocks. And that might be a little bit of a hint for B2 about what they want to do. This is going to come down to the absolute wire. Can Ike be... They know what they want. Ike's got this figured out. They know what they want. They've got their strats. Can they be consistent? Or can B2 clutch this with a little bit of insight and a clutch one-shot? B2, though, man, they are not giving up. B2 here looking so sharp. Oh, man. Oh, dude, B2. Look at that. They took a look at it, they figured out what they wanted, and now they're going for it. B2 with less tries on this part. Is this actually going to come down to whether or not the racers are, like, pausing on the reset screen in order to look at this a little more? Normally, that's not an issue. You can totally do that. But you are spending a little bit of time that other racers might be using to get an edge on you. Oh my gosh, B2, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, B2. No way. They've got that so quickly. They know. Here's Ike for a try at it, though. Right-hand side. Oh, look out, Ike. Oh my gosh. Could this be it? Now that rock is moving. And the Chuck is going to take a little bit of time to land, roof themselves off, and then start running again. So yeah. Are those timings going to sync up? Yeah, to be clear, I mean, this is a friendly community race. We are here cheering for everybody. It is the players versus the level, not necessarily versus each other. The race is the wrapping that we tear off and throw away. The real race is in our hearts. So, best not to take it too seriously with betting or whatever. We're not really about that. We're just here to see some excellent gameplay. And B2 and Ike right now just showing us how it's done. Ike setting up for another chance, and man, they are just getting more and more consistent. Yeah, Ike, I think they've realized that they want the Chuck a little bit closer. They noticed that the Chuck didn't show up in time, and that the rock was a little bit farther away. They noticed that. I'm fairly certain they noticed that. They're very observant. And they noticed that last time they did that, the Chuck wasn't showing up in time. So I think what they're trying to do is figure out a way to get that Chuck a little bit closer when it falls, covering that distance just a little bit, and getting the Chuck where it needs to be at the moment it needs to be there. B2 looking real good right now. Grab that guy. And move for move right now. They're so, man, just synced up over and over again. This is one of the tighter finishes we've seen in quite a while. I love this. Man, how is it gonna end? Ike looking sharp as usual. Ugh. B2 though, man, answering right back here. B2. Oh, look out. Look out. B2. Oh, buddy. Okay, they've been over the wall. I think that's the first time over the wall for B2. It is really, wow, it has really come down to just who can pull off this seemingly final move. We don't know. We don't know what's on the other side of that wall, but based on Ike's screen, I'm thinking it's pretty close to the end. We don't know. Maybe there's a troll. Maybe there's a trick. Maybe something happens. We'll just have to hang out and find out. I mean, it's shell jump adjacent, that's true. We could conceivably have these players win on the same run. This could conceivably come down to seconds. Could be frame perfect. We've had some very tight finishes in the past. I mean, like, way less than a minute apart. Could be. Ike, though, here we go. Ah, man. Is it? Yeah, I think that is correct. BD, you do such a better job at remembering all the little details than me. BD is so good at that. Like, oh, so this person made this level for this week, and this person made this hack, and this other hack. You're great at that. But yeah, this is like, yeah, one of the closest races we've had that reached an hour clear. We schedule 2 hours a week for these broadcasts, so don't worry. We'll get to see how this ends. Oh my gosh, Ike in the right-hand side. This could be it. Oh, no! Whoa! Oh! I didn't see that until right now. Oh, man. There is a 1F0 slightly on the bottom of the screen. I didn't even catch that till this moment, and I think Ike noticed that too. Yeah, Ike was aiming that jump. Yeah, I could kind of see that. No. Yeah, I didn't catch that at all. There is a 1F0 down there, presumably making that a little bit easier. But Ike, I don't think noticed that because Ike was aiming the trajectory of that fall in such a way that they would catch the chuck if it were falling at the angle it was supposed to. Had the chuck just not fallen onto the 1F0 and angled correctly, as Ike was anticipating, that would have been a hit. That would have been a hit on the chuck, and they probably would have made it. But the chuck behaved weirdly and didn't fall the right way because it caught that 1F0. And wow, okay, so interesting development. Ike knows it, though. Ike, now they know it. Now they know. Ike, ready for that. No! Down at the muncher, dude. Oh my gosh. The drama. Oh man. Yeah, they knew that though. Yeah, now Ike is like, oh, okay, there's a 1F0 there. I don't know if Ike saw that or not. I didn't see it. Oh man. Yeah, go back. Even if we could get a clip of that when Ike first died on that chuck jump, I'm almost certain they were angling themselves to catch the chuck if it had fallen correctly. They didn't, it caught them off guard because the chuck didn't wind up where they were assuming it was going to be. A 1F0 is a type of tile in the game which puts sprites into an infinite state of falling. Basically, it's like an air platform that only sprites can activate. If a sprite falls onto a 1F0, it will just hover there in the air. Or in the case of a Chuck, it will run along that tile until it is no longer on it. And Ike, oh, Ike. 1F0 is the hexadecimal number for the tile in the vanilla game. That's why it's called that. In the vanilla game, it is it's a slope assist tile, which kind of helps slopes behave a little better. It's sort of an invisible helper tile behind the scenes. We give them different graphics in ROM hacking so you can see them clearly and use them as little air platforms for sprites. Yeah, Mario cannot interact with the tile at all, but all sprites will interact with it. And the sprites will basically behave as though they're falling, but they're not actually descending. It just kind of locks them where they are until they either slide off of it or just sit there forever until something happens. The tile is there to make that jump a little easier, but tricky that it's slightly off screen. B2. Oh man, oh yo, that was looking sharp. Well, yo, here at the top of the hour, I just want to say thanks again to you for hanging out in chat, to the ROM Hack Races staff making these levels possible, Double Doom for making this, Eden, Java Brew, Mason, and Mithrillionaire for testing this week, BD on the restream as usual, making everything look super nice for us, and Echo, Kelgand, and Citrus Gremlin scouting all of the racers and letting us know who's taking the lead, who we should put in, you know, watching everybody, making sure we don't miss any good moments or good clears. And everybody's doing a bang-up job tonight. So thanks to the dedicated volunteer staff here at ROM Hack Races for bringing you these fine events every Saturday. Oh, you B2, oh man. Are there other tiles that are referred to by their act as hexadecimal value? I can't think of anything. Yeah, 1F0 is easier to say than slope assist. And it's not like slope assist is any more descriptive of what it does. So the community default has just kind of been just to call them 1F0s. The SAT? Like the standardized test, like the SAT? Can you pass the SAT tile? Oh, I got a low score on my 1F0 tests. B2, oh my gosh, B2 coming in. Oh, coming in hot. Ike answering right back here in the right side. Ike knows what they want, man. They know this. They know this. Ike with just a whisker of a lead right now. I guess that does make sense though, because sprites do sit on the SAT tiles. The whole spritey slip and slidey. H4 Ender of Games. Let's give it up in chat. Nicely done. Ender moving on. Oh, you old B2, watch out. We just say we do have other racers working on the level. Scouts will let us know who's getting close. We're not going to miss anybody. Don't you worry. Ike This is it. Ike. This is it. There we go. Ike. Working it out. Ike SMB. Finishing strong. Nicely done. Coming out a little bit ahead. Just a touch more insight. And Ike SMB is going to win it for tonight. We got plenty more race to check, but we have got our first place. A 1:07.16 for Ike. Their 7th ROM Hack Races win. Let's give it up in chat. And if you're not already, go click that follow button. Ike is a tremendously talented player. They stream frequently, and they are very, very, very cool and very chill. So, give them a follow. B2, though, answering. Whoa, man, I wanted B2 to win on that one. Oh, yeah, Ike, for the moon. There's a moon up there. We got a double chuck jump. Oh, what's this? Double chuck jump. I like it. Big shout-outs to Russian Man for the ASM. Oh, look out. Now this is just extra credit. Just a fun little extra challenge. Not really part of the race, but just a fun little extra credit challenge to get this double chuck jump for a moon. But you know Ike's gonna go for it. Ike, a dedicated collector of stuff in games. They got all the cat coins in Search for Salmon. I mean, come on. Who does that? Like, they're hidden in such awful places. There we go. Nicely done, Ike. Grabbing that moon, making it look easy. Let's go. We're bringing in Germ Dove here. Let's go for the 3 for 3. We got B2, Germ Dove, and Bunker Games coming in here. B2 in the upper left, Germ Dove in the upper right, Bunker Games down below. All gamers working hard. B2 got some good progress, man. They are getting close. We want to round out that podium. Germ Dove working on section number 1. And, oh no, excuse me, section number 2. My bad. All gamers on section 2. And X Gamer also working hard here. Let's see how they're doing. Oh, so, yo, we got Bunker. Okay, we got B2, Germ Dove, Bunker, and X Gamer. Everybody on section 2, though, still. B2 in the upper left, though, looking for that big knowledge. They've got this figured out. They know what they want. Just got to make it happen. Oof. This might be a time for B2 to kind of reevaluate that Chuck shell jump strat. That's making it kind of difficult. Remember that wedge hitbox of the Chucks. So not only do they want to, they're trying for the Chuck shell jump strat, but they're also, that puts them landing on the left side of the Chuck, not giving them a kick to the right, but rather to the left. And that might make things a little more difficult to get up and over that wall. They're missing a little bit of the height that they need to actually make it to the top. So maybe a chance to kind of reevaluate things and think, is this really, is this it? Is this what I should be doing? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've had Goomba hacks. Maybe this is time. It's time for Chuck hack. I really do like Maury's idea about rideable Chucks. That you ride like a Yoshi and then you have the power of that Chuck. That's an idea that would win KLDC. That's a KLDC winning idea right there. Rideable Chuck. I can see the sprite now. Mario just riding on the back of the Chuck. Chuck's throwing baseballs. Man, I love it. It's a great idea. Sometimes I think, you know, like, streamers, audiences, Kaizo fans just kind of speak things into existence, you know? It's just like, someone has an idea and someone else is like, yes, I'm doing that. B2, looking sharp on this run. Ah! Oh, yeah, calling for flying Koopas. That's a good idea. Whistling Chucks can also wake up Rip Van fishes, which I always thought was kind of funny in the OG game. There's one, Forest of Illusion 2, at the end, there's a Whistling Chuck underwater that wakes up all the fish. But I hope y'all are doing okay, having an excellent night. Thanks for spending a little bit over here with us at ROM Hack Races. And, you know, just best wishes. I hope you're doing fine. Oh my gosh, B2. B2, this could be it. B2, can you clutch it? Oh! B2! That was it! Oh man, I don't know what happened. Oh, I actually don't know what happened there. They had it. I mean, they had a clean movement over to that rock. Oh, geez, maybe a little hesitation. Yeah, I wonder if they didn't see the 1F0 and they just kind of weren't ready for the position that they found themselves in. That's a sneaky, man. We've never had a troll helper 1F0. The thing that is designed to make it easier. Yeah, again, I think they were ready for a particular trajectory of that jump that didn't work out, and then they were like, wait, what? And by that time, you're in the pit. Nice. I think it's all right. I mean, ultimately, the 1F0 is there to make that a little easier. I honestly think the racers might have just been overestimating, like, the difficulty to think, like, okay, well, there's definitely not something here that would help. Now, I don't feel like that's an error as much as it is just something kind of tricky about it. Yeah, it's literally there to make that jump easier, not harder or to troll you. It's just, and like that's the also like in that space on the screen, that's where it needs to be effective. It's not like it could have been up or down or whatever. Like that is the one space where it could be. So they'll deal with it. They'll get over it. But we got B2, Germdove, Bunker Games, X Gamer. Hanging out on this lovely beach. Yeah, X Gamer. Yeah, nice little kind of strat. They like double back in order to make that consistent. That's clever. X Gamer is a clever player. They're doing these pause strats all the time to try to get a look at things and set themselves up a little bit. You don't see that from other racers. It's helpful. It's helped them in a lot of situations. X Gamer over here. No podium visits yet, but 11 completed ROM hack races. So I think maybe they're due. It could still be. We got one clear so far. We're looking for a podium. Could be a chance for X Gamer to get on the podium for their first time. Bunker has been on the podium. They have 1 second place and 3 fourth places. No firsts, but unfortunately Ike had thoughts about that this week. The only racer not on screen that has not been on the podium is, in fact, X Gamer. But this could be it. They could be their day. Oh, yeah, no, excuse me, yeah. Yeah, talking about X Gamer. Bunker has been on the podium. X Gamer has not had any podiums. Could be their night. I got the fancy little stat sheet that Kelgand made, so I can take a look at everybody's stats behind the scenes. That may actually be. Yeah, Bunker Games kind of up-tossing the Chuck. I wonder if they know the slide move. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if they're familiar with that, because that's like a little bit of a tech knowledge check, I suppose. You know, there is a kind of an easy way to do that. Drop the object, slide, jump, and grab the object. Or maybe they tried it and it wasn't working for them. There's like any number of reasons why players might move away from one strat and go to another strat. And that is kind of a whole other layer of Kaizo and ROM hack racing, and really just video games in general, but since we're talking about Kaizo, is whether or not you can kind of question what is working and like optimize something although you've already got it to work. Yes, I did this once. Was that lucky? Did I just have a nice lucky bounce there? Should I really keep doing it this way? I suppose that's honestly, that's life, you know, too. That's just like life. Sometimes you got lucky. B2, no luck needed here. B2, ooh, man, on the munchers, and Bunker Games getting to that same clapping chuck up throw at the end. So Bunker really close, and B2 just, man, they just need to get that moving. Yeah, could it be? Yeah, Mithrillionaire 6. I hadn't actually played this. It might be that drop catching the chuck is a little more challenging because it's a bigger object, and you're more used to doing drop catches with a one tile object like a shell or a key. Plus, it would seem as though as the racers are sliding off that slope, they need to be holding B in the air to get a little bit of slow fall and put them on the right side of the Chuck's helmet instead of the left side. And that's another little tricky aspect of controller articulation there that's happening. But you know, this is where X Gamer's pause strats really are actually helping out, because they can pause and readjust their hand on the controller at the right moment and then fluidly go into the next obstacle if they can kind of pull that off. It is B2 germed of Bunker Games X Gamer. How are you doing? Are you feeling all right? Oh, say, always, thanks for spending a little bit of your Saturday night here with us on ROM Hack Races. Follow the racers first, but if you have a little time to spare, drop a follow for us on ROM Hack Races, and we've got a new Super Mario World Kaizo level every Saturday night. The hits just keep on coming, and you can always check out a cool race here. 7:30 Eastern Standard, the pre-show, 8 p.m. Eastern, the race, every Saturday night. Do we have... Oh, man, that's going to be really exciting. Orca, what's up? Hey, it's always good to see you. And, oh, man, yo, a maker I really like. Orca. Gonna be making a level for us next week. That's exciting. I'm really excited to see what's in store. get on it, man. Clock's ticking. But it's always a good time, and if you see someone new, there are a lot of cool people streaming Kaizo in our community, and you know, follow some racers, check out their streams. They're out here putting themselves out there, getting their names out there, and you know, love to see you drop by their streams. So if y'all have any questions, if you want to learn a little bit more about us or Kaizo mechanics, perhaps life, the universe, and anything, offer up your questions to the chat box, and we will try to help you out. Answers about life, the universe, and everything not guaranteed. See store for details. Some exclusions may apply. Results not typical. B2 over here, still just chugging along. Oh my word, B2. Oh my gosh, what a jump. What a jump. B2 for the win with an incredible jump. Oh, that was so good. That chuck jump was inspired, man. B2 DE81 coming in strong, finishing it out. Love to see it. They're 14th, second place, with a 124.56. Really well done. Excellent work, B2. That was very, very good. That jump, they did like a spin drop. I think that looked like they just dropped the chuck and went off it in the air, and then they were a little bit ahead of schedule, but they still managed to kind of improvise that ending. Yeah, gotta get the moon. Not part of the race, but it's part of the race in our hearts. Moonwatch 2025. Oh, yo, oh, nice. Oh, B2. A little bit of cheese there, using the clapping chuck bounce to get up and get that moon. Love to see it. B2, well done. Oh, look out, Bunker Games. Oh, man. Yo, some makers opting for the spin drop. Oh, nice. Oh, B2, what a gamer. B2 going back in and actually doing the double chuck jump. Okay, hold up. Check your eyes on the lower left-hand corner of your television screen. Bunker Games 82 getting really close here. And yeah, which is what I thought this obstacle was at first when I saw it. It is a spin drop that you are just spinning. You're holding the object and you just drop it, and it goes below your feet. You bounce off of it because now it's below your feet and you're sailing. That is not something very typical because it doesn't work as well in Mario World physics engine, especially when a spin drop in vanilla physics is a 50-50 chance as to whether or not the object is going to be on your left or your right. I believe the ROM Hack Races base ROM fixes that and makes it just the direction that you're pressing. You see that more in Mario Maker, especially in Mario Maker 1. As far as I know, the first instance of a spin drop in Mario Maker 1 was me. Back in 2015, I want to say. Oh, yeah, Bunker, man. They have an idea here. Yeah, Bunker looking really sharp. We could see a podium here in a couple. Bunker Games. Bunker over here looking for... Where are they on my little cheat sheet? Bunker Games. Ah, would be their third place if they can get it. No firsts, but 1 second and 4 thirds. I mean, you know, I don't know. You know, inventing a trick in Mario is more like discovering a trick. You know, did Galileo invent gravity? No, he just discovered it. You know what I mean? Like, it was always there. It could always be done. So I like to say more like discovered a trick than actually inventing one. As far as I know, you know, there's lots of Mario Maker levels out there, but I believe the first instance of a required spin drop in Mario Maker 1 was a level I made in 2015. B2, yo, excellent job tonight. Thank you for the raid. Really strong gameplay the whole time. That was super exciting to watch. And you got it strong second place tonight. Very, very well done. Yo, get that trance state. Remember Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon. Your skills have reached the point of spiritual enlightenment. What is the goal of your style? To have no style. It all goes back to Enter the Dragon, man. If you want to get good at Kaizo, just watch Enter the Dragon. It'll get you. You'll be better. But thank you all for joining us from the raid. If you have any questions or want to learn a little bit more, please feel free to ask. We're hanging out here with this cool level from Double Doom. 6 out of 10 execution, 6 out of 10 complexity. All 4 racers on your screen right now are on the second of 2 sections. Looking for that big win. We're looking for a 3rd place on our podium. And in this level, we can pick up Chucks. We sure can pick them up. Chuck them around, reposition them, use them for all sorts of things. Look out, Bunker Games. Oh, my word. Bunker Games. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my word. Bunker Games just underjumped that just a little bit. Oh, they cut the jump. I think they physically let go of the button a little bit too early. Oh, man. They've got it, though. Bunker Games looking really sharp here in the lower left-hand corner. It is like a finger pointing to the moon. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. Don't think. Feel. Chuck is like, jump on me. No. We need emotional content. I'm telling you, man, it all goes back. It all goes back to Enter the Dragon. Oh, Bunker Games about to enter. Oh, man, they are rolling. Bunker Games, holy moly. Yeah, B2, nobody noticed the 1F0. I didn't notice the 1F0, and I'm looking at 4 gamers at once. Nobody noticed that. Ike fell for it too. Everybody didn't notice the 1F0, which is, it's just like funny to me because like it's there to help, but everyone was just anticipating the midair landing on the Chuck. That's funny. I think it's kind of funny the way that worked out. I don't think you should feel bad about that. Honestly, Double Doom, great level. Let's give it up for Double Doom in chat and maybe Bunker when they clear. Man, they're so consistent. Oh my gosh, dude, Bunker Games, what in the world? Dude, they got so consistent. Come on, Bunker, what are you doing? Bunker, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Man, dude, they got so consistent at that final obstacle. They just like, bam, right there. Amazing job. Bunker Games wrapping up there. Oh, geez, what's that? 44th completed ROM hack race and a big 5th for 3rd place. 5 threes for Bunker. And, you know, now it's time to get that moon, so I like to see this honor. Very honorable gamers here. Getting the moon, you know, honorable. Not part of the race, but yes, it is. Man, Bunker Games got consistent at that final obstacle, I think faster than anyone else. They just figured that out and had a touch for it and just nailed it, man. Love to see it. Hey, yo, thanks to chat. We're here to cheer everybody on, and I'm really glad, grateful that you participate in that. You know, yeah, it's a race because that's the narrative device. That's the framing for everything, you know. It's a race, but the race is the shiny wrapping paper we take off and throw away, and the real exciting bit is players versus the levels. Everybody coming out and celebrating the creativity of the makers, the strength of the players, the determination of the players who don't necessarily get first but still manage to clutch it out. Thank you for supporting that part of our mission. That's a really important bit of this all to me, that we're all just here to help each other grow and thrive and just celebrate what we love about Kaizo, and you all do such a good job with that. I really appreciate that we have cultivated that sort of a community vibe. That's very, very cool and very special. Oh, Bunker. Just hanging out, huh? Nice. A plumber and his moon. Plumber and moon in repose. What have y'all been playing this weekend? What's good for video games? What y'all been enjoying? What's up? Let's say hey to Pow Block 532 in the lower left-hand corner. First section, but they are working hard. Nice chuck jump. I think they're going to get it soon. Pow Block. Oh, man. Are we going to... Yo, Pow Block right now, bud. You got this. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, dude. They got this. Holy moly. Oh, so close. Oh, man, but thank y'all so much for hanging out. Oh, jeez. Started replaying Death's Door, playing Cosmic Expedition. Cosmic Expedition sounds like it could be a game from any era. I've never heard of it, but it seems like that could easily be a new Steam indie game or an Atari game. You know, that could be an arcade cabinet. Just with a Cosmic Expedition. I like that name. It's good. It just has, like... I see the Atari cartridge in my brain. You know, people are talking about Blueprints. I think I am even going to get on that. Maybe not a stream game for me, but Skytree and I were talking about it. She loves games like that. And after watching some streamers work on it, man, I kind of want to try it. I kind of want to try it. It seems kind of fun. So Skytree and I were talking, like, why don't we just get it and, like, play it together? Like, just as, like, a fun thing we do. Like, I don't know, man. It's really, like, I'm not much of a puzzle game guy. I'm not necessarily the cleverest Shaolin monk at the temple. But, man, Blueprints is really, boy, that seems interesting. I've been watching Carl Sagan play it. I've been watching Foxen play it a little bit. Boy, that seems super interesting. I'm like, huh. Like, if I went into it thinking, like, oh, this probably isn't for me. You know, it's I don't know if I'm gonna like this one or not. But then I keep watching and I'm just like, oh, wait, this is really cool actually. So that might be a little off-stream, little playthrough for me and for Skytree and I, to be grammatical about it. Hey, Ender, thanks for coming out. Great try. Keep working. Do whatever you gotta do. Thanks for playing with us. It's always a pleasure. No worries. No nothing. Just thanks for playing some good Kaizo with us tonight. I hope you have a lovely, lovely evening. Oh, Cosmic Expedition is a new Kaizo expert hack. Oh, interesting. That must have recently dropped. I hadn't seen it on the waiting list. I'll have to check it out next week. Citrus, I like how you describe Blueprints as a corkboard and string game. I'm just picturing like the Milton Bradley 90s board game commercial in my head. Blueprints, it's a game of corkboards and string. We got Nessa Neko-chan up here in the upper left. We got Germdove in the upper right. Powblock and X-Gamer down below. Looks like Nessa and Powblock on the left working on section 1, working hard, give them props. Germdove and X-Gamer over here on section number 2. 6 out of 10 execution, 6 out of 10 complexity tonight, so a very difficult adventure for these players. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. It's a game of corkboards and string. It just makes it sound like some game like from like the early 1920s, you know, like Mumbly Peg, Kick the Can. Yeah, we used to play corkboards and string on the streets of New York. Father worked in the coal mines. Well, there'd be no coal mines in New York. I don't know what I'm mixing up my early 1920s references, okay? I'm trying. Father was a radio operator at Sears Tower. That's better. Powblock here in the lower left. Oh man, looking sharp though. They're getting these deeper runs. They just gotta seal the deal. You gotta finish their blueprint. You know, there's a really marked difference, but nonetheless an overlapping Venn diagram between blueprints and Blue's Clues. They're so close, you know? If you think about it, they're very close. Similar energy. Oh, you too? Also BD? Checking out the GDQ schedule? Me too. Gonna be a great SGDQ, but I am gonna miss everybody. Powblock, uh-oh. Powblock trying to not miss this checkpoint. One chuck jump away. Oh, buddy, watch out. Oh, Powblock. Ooh, scary situation. They got to get in the door. Powblock in the lower left-hand corner. Watch it, man. Watch it. The tension. Yes! Oh, yeah. Get your H's in chat. Powblock. Yeah, doing some push-ups. Nicely done. Powblock. 532. In there. I have not seen anyone die on that door. Not a single one yet. And I hope we make that a clean streak. Nessa Neko-chan getting a little bit of progress here. Moving on. They are very close to a clear. Well, a clear of the first section, but it counts. That's a clear as a clear. Germdove up here in the upper right. Germdove, a very determined player. Germdove just does not like back down, man. They just slow and steady sometimes really aggressive. And Germdove just does not shy away from a challenge. I've seen them take on some exceptionally tough stuff. They just keep at it, man. They just keep chipping away at it. Yes, I don't think anyone has died at the door. I don't think that football has claimed a single Mario tonight. Or a Mario in a committed relationship. Either way. Polycule Mario. I don't know. No Marios were died in the making of this door. You know, this beach music is so lovely. It's just making me feel all peaceful. It's a good level for like springtime. I hope y'all are getting to have some great springtime adventures. I don't know about you, but I've been feeling really motivated and happy lately. You know, the trees are getting green, the days are getting longer, it's getting warmer out, and I'm feeling that good spring energy. I'm excited to go out tomorrow and run around outside, play my guitar under a nice tree, and just like get back in the greenery. I've been missing that lately, you know? Here goes Germ Dove in the upper down in the pit. But they're in the upper right, and they are still here they going. You know what? It's just like Mario always says. Here we go! Say the line, Mario. It's a me. Yeah, yo, X-Gamer's pause strat is really working out on that slide. They can adjust their hands just when they need it, and they're pausing, and I'm assuming, like, grabbing the right buttons on the controller at that moment. That's handy, man. X-Gamers really, they think outside the box in terms of just how to approach learning something like this and following through with it. I appreciate that. And look at this, I mean, they're making moves into the muncher, but just temporary. Oh, geez, Germ Dove! Ow! Ow, wow, 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 wow. Germ Dove down at the just before the goal. You know, I know it's neither here nor there, but a small personal anecdote is that long before they were like officially called munchers, when I was a kid playing Mario World, we called them munchers. They didn't have a name. It wasn't in the manual or the strategy guide or anything. I think the Prima strategy guide just called them black piranha plants. But I was like, well, those are clearly munchers. And I'm glad that that was correct. I know I can't prove that or anything. No, they were called, if I recall correctly, they were called Nipper. The little white ones that jump around and throw fire, I believe those are called Nipper plants. Also, Rotodisc. And in SMB3, they were also called Boo Diddley. The Boo Buddies? Boo Diddley. Look it up in the manual. Grab a PDF of the Mario 3 manual. You'll see. I'm not making this up. Yeah, was it? Was it Nippers? Yeah, I thought so. Wait, munchers were also a thing in the in Mario 3? Is there canon for that? I mean, I can look up the manual as well. I'm just... Mario 3 manual has really great little illustrations and like pictures of all the enemies, and I really like that. Oh, yeah, those guys, yeah. Were they in the manual? Yeah, they were in Pipe World, and you pause to manipulate the cycle. Well, I guess my question is, were they named in the manual? You know, oh, yo, Echo, I did that too. I did that too with the characters in the Donkey Kong Country strategy guide. I like to draw Ungard, the swordfish, especially. He's kind of an easy round shape. You know, something talking about being a kid and drawing things, it just makes me think. Shout outs to all the music rock and roll kids who would write the logo and band name of all their favorite bands on every folder they had at school. Was that you? Because that was definitely me. Nessa Neko-chan, thank you so much for the raid. Thanks for playing with us tonight. Way to work hard. Proud of you in a non-patronizing way. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you very much for racing. GG. They're called nippers, but here's walking piranhas. Interesting. Yeah, every single folder I had at school was covered in the name and logo of every band I ever liked. Oh, I like that little wave emote. Oh, that's so happy. Nessa, thanks for racing with us. Yeah, I mean, they sure look like piranhas. Piranha. Germ Dove. Oh, look out, Germ Dove. Well, yo, having fun is the real win, so looks like you won. We want to say, pardon, we schedule about 2 hours a week for these broadcasts. We're doing, we're running on volunteer person power over here. Drop a follow for the racers first and foremost. Drop a follow for us on ROM Hack Races if you're so inclined. We've got another level coming up for you next Saturday. We are getting a little bit close to the top of the hour. So before we go, we're hanging out for a minute, hoping we get some progress. But before we go, I just wanted to say thanks again to the staff and volunteers who help make these races possible. I want to shout these friends out as much as I can. Shout their names from the rooftops because they do such a great job. BD on the restream. I almost said B2. They were racing. BD on the restream tonight, pushing buttons, making sure the stream runs smoothly for us. Sort of helping out in the control booth. Thank you so much for that. Give it up for BD. Our testers this week: Eden, Java Brew, Mason, and Mithrillionaire. Testers do such a great job throughout the week, playing the level, getting it ready to go, providing feedback, and just generally checking things out ahead of time so you're going to get a quality ROM hack race. Tested, played, and beaten by expert members of our community. I really also want to say thanks to Echo, of course, Kelgand, and Citrus Gremlin for scouting watching all of the other racers and letting us know who takes the lead, who we want to throw on the restream, making sure we don't miss a moment and miss a great move and a cool clear from anybody. Big Chuck-based thanks for Double Doom for really dropping their first ROM hack race level in style, man. Double Doom absolutely crushing it with this one. I had a great time watching this. Germdove looking close there. And for all the racers coming out and giving it their all, that is awesome. Y'all did really, really great. I think you all won the most important game. For you in chat, hanging out and having a great time, I appreciate that so much. We bring a really excellent community vibe, cheering for everybody and just having a good time. That's what it's all about. So we got a couple of minutes here to chill, but I just wanted to get that in so I'm not rushing at the end of the broadcast, and just say thank you for that. We really make this a cool thing. This is one of my favorite things to do in the week, and I'm glad that you enjoy it as well. If you want to learn a little bit more, head on over to romhackraces.com. You can download this patch and try it out for yourself anytime. You can hit up the Discord if you want to talk shop with the community. Get that ROM Hack Races base ROM from Amper and Kelgan. Oh, and of course, how could I possibly forget Fen, spirits thereof, for doing so much for us behind the scenes. They are just constantly such a help, organizing, testing, spearheading so many things. We really, really thrive on that. So thanks, Fen. I think they're out this week, but nonetheless, a very important member of our community. Kelgan for making this cool bot stuff for us. Amper and Underway. I mean, Amper does so much. Amper and Underway specifically where it pertains to us making the ROM Hack Races base ROM, which has helped out so many people make so many cool ROM hack projects in SMW. And all of that is over on the website, romhackraces.com. So go on over, check it out, and hang out on the Discord if you want. Get updates about the race, talk with fellow Kaizo enthusiasts, talk shop, figure out some strats for the hack you're working on, or find out how to build something even cooler out of this game we all love so much. Oh, and like, yeah, I'm Glitch. Hi. You probably knew that, but I've been me, and I say things. And I'm glad to do it, because it's a lot of fun. And, you know, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas, throw them over to us on Discord, shout them out in chat. Whatever you're feeling, I don't know. Just thank you for being a part of this. I hope your weekend's going really, really well. You get to play all the games you love, watch some good streams, get to relax, go outside, enjoy the nice spring weather. I know I'm going to be doing that. I hope it's nice. I hope you're having nice spring weather. Because out here, it is just, like, perfect, man. Nice and green, warm, kind of rainy. Love those days. I hope you get a really, 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 really good weekend. Ooh, oh, X Gamer over here. Yeah, this has been a really good level for demonstrating, like, it is obviously challenging. You know, you look at this and you can tell, okay, this is definitely challenging. But there's a lot of little subtle techniques too, like we talked about. The slides, the Chuck hitbox, Chuck shell jumps, a lot of subtlety. It's like, if you think this looks challenging, it's more challenging than that. Whoa, X-Gamer over here. Oh man, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, y'all. The time has come. We are gonna throw the raid over. I suggest going following some racers. Racers can keep playing. We've logged longer clear times than this, but our broadcast here is coming to an end for this week, and we will see you all again here next week. For my community friends, I will see you all on Monday. Have a really, really great rest of your weekend, and don't forget to follow whatever, ROM Hack Races, Kaizo, you know, go out and have some fun. You matter. Your thoughts matter, your heart matters, your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. You matter to me as human beings. You matter to the internet's #1 Longboy Furret, and the people that matter to you in your lives. Would love to hear from you about that. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+ lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled, autistic, and plural lives matter, and you. Thank you for being a part of my favorite event, and we will see you all next time. Peace!